Mercury. Now, in addition to the threat from the sun, Mercury is having a bit of a rough time in general. So let's not waste time talking, let's have a closer look instead. After all, in a few billion years, it might be too late. Mercury is the last Earth-like planet in our solar system. Actually, apart from having a rocky body like Earth, it has not many other earthly properties. Visually, this planet resembles the Moon. This corresponds well with Mercury being the smallest regular planet in our solar system. Mercury does not have an atmosphere, something which is evident from its crater-littered surface. There's nothing preventing meteorites from hitting Mercury at full speed. From up here, these craters may misguidingly look like innocent footprints in sand, but if we go up close, they reveal their true size. They are gigantic. The 10 largest craters have diameters ranging from 125 to 1,000 miles. The largest one is known as Caloris Basin. This huge dent can only have been created through the impact of an astral body at least 60 miles in width. As a result of this brutal impact, the crust of Mercury's surface was cracked, allowing for the basin to be flooded with lava, a process very similar to those that caused the seas of lava on our own moon. Other indications of the brutal forces of the meteoric impacts are the radial marks surrounding the craters. Here, more recent and therefore brighter meteoric rudiments are scattered around the point of impact. Larger craters are typically surrounded by ring-shaped walls, created through folding, another phenomenon reminding us of the makeup of our moon. Phenomena exclusive to Mercury are the so-called rupees, cliffs reaching more than a mile in height and stretching over 100 miles. The rupees cross right through a number of the meteoric craters, which makes scientific experts believe that these cliffs may have been caused by a shrinking of the planet. According to calculations, Mercury's overall diameter may have been more than 200,000 square miles bigger 4 billion years ago. Despite its similarities to our moon, Mercury isn't exactly a nice place to visit. That's because of its proximity to the sun. The sun-facing half of Mercury is heated to extreme temperatures reaching up to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. On the night side, temperatures go as low as to minus 275 degrees. These conditions make Mercury the planet with the widest range of temperature spans. The day cycles are similarly extreme. A night on Mercury lasts pretty darn long. The sun only rises every 176 days due to Mercury's eccentric spin. And while you're waiting in the dark for the morning to come, Mercury does 2 rounds around the sun. At least it's safe to say, when the sun finally rises, it really shines hard. The distance between Mercury and the sun is only 30 million miles, just 1/3 of the distance between us and the sun. Standing on Mercury's surface, you would not only be exposed to massive heat, but also a lot of solar radiation, which is very hazardous to humans. Luckily, our nomads are not that susceptible. Still, I bet that little guy down there is getting pretty warm now. Now, all of our comparisons about the moon and Mercury prompt a related question. What about Mercury's moon? Well, the answer is that just like Venus, Mercury doesn't have a moon. Now, this fact has led scientists to believe that perhaps Mercury once orbited Venus. Such a theory would explain why Mercury's orbital trajectory around the sun is so irregular. Geometrically speaking, Mercury's trajectory takes a gyrational form, as it was observed in the late 19th century. Astronomers at the time mistakenly interpreted it as proof of the existence of a previously unknown planet. In fact, they were so convinced by the evidence that they gave that phantom planet a name, Vulcan. Now, while I still hope for the Vulcanians that they would live long and prosper, they would certainly have to do that someplace else. Another very improbable location for their home would be the Helix Nebula in the sign of